it up.
From the YBA Phoenix Fitness 24/7 basketball facility in Rockland, California, it's Coach's Rize Time with Coach C. Collins.
It is start. 3, 2, 1.
Coach's Rize Time.
Yep, it's about that time. It's Coach's Rize Time. I'm here. I'm your coach, Coach C. Collins, here to talk a little bit of basketball, everything in between, and hopefully give you guys some nuances and help you understand a little bit of tricks of the game. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Dr. Dish, best shooting machine on the market, definitely helping me out. Shout out to them. Also, shout out to Hardwood Palace if you're looking for some good AAU basketball tournaments in the Rockland, California area. Pretty consistent. Well, I shouldn't say pretty consistent, very consistent, and also good on their nuances of things. They are definitely somebody you should hit up and check out. Now, biggest thing with Coach's Rize Time, just so you guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We talk AAU basketball here, AAU training, the main show, which is About That Life podcast. Links for that will be in the description, so please feel free to check that out. But if you're here and you're just checking out a Coach's Rize Time, that just shows a little bit of nuances and things in between to kind of give you guys some insight on how I feel about AAU basketball in general as a coach, give you some tips out there, give you some outlooks to take a look at, listen to the audio side. It's definitely out there big time. And, you know, if you feel so inclined, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I love my man that says I love his podcast. He says, the HBO special, Help a Brother Out special. We love for you to hit that subscribe, that like, help me out with the algorithm. Don't be a ninja or ghost watcher. Help your boy out. But with all that being said, let's get to the content. So the content for this episode is today's topic. Shout out to Nanik Tagore, kid I coach, and also has his own YouTube channel. So I suggest you guys go check him out. He's a good kid. Just got a scholarship to Holy Names University in Oakland, California. Love this guy. It was actually a tip from him that I thought was actually pretty cool. He says, what do you look for when you're scouting an opposing team? I thought that was a good thing, a good nuance and topic to talk about, not only AAU, high school-wise, and collegiately, because I coach all three. What I look for when I'm looking at opposing teams is I'm looking at the defense they run, right? And again, when I mean the defense they run, I'm seeing if they're running man-to-man or zone, if they have man with run and jump principles, if they run a 2-2-1 press, a 1-2-1-1. Do they run different types of zones like a Syracuse 2-3 matchup, or do they run a high trapping pressing 1-3-1 half court trap action? These are things I look for, and every coach is different. I mean, some are going to look for, defensively weaknesses in certain players, who's the stronger defenders, who's the weaker defenders. I'm kind of looking more at the totality of it all. After I look at that, then I kind of look at the nuances of, okay, this kid seems a little slightly slower than this one. Okay, this one's more of a power player. This one's more of a finesse guy. He likes to shoot the passing lanes. He likes to reach and try to reach around and get the ball from behind. That's kind of defensively what I look for. Offensively, of course, I want to see their sets. What are their sets, right? Do they run a 4-out, 1-in? Do they run a 5-out? Do they run a 1-2-2 basic scenario? Like, of course, there's nuances to all this. Like, there is no absolute. It's a copycat league. Somebody does something even remotely innovative, like just doing a shovel pass with the right hand. Now all of a sudden, everybody's doing a shovel pass with the right hand or the left hand. So, you pick and choose what you're looking at. Obviously, you're looking for certain personnel, right? There's certain personnel that are going to play at extremely high levels, and you have to make sure that you're ready to match up your higher level players with them. What I want to incite to a lot of coaches and explain out there that it's honestly your in-between guys, especially in the high school level. Because, again, I say it all the time. If you really want to find out if you're a good coach, go coach high school freshman or high school JV or fucking, high school varsity. Like, really find out how good of a coach you are, because you get those kids 6 days a week. In AAU, obviously, we can recruit. We can get certain levels of talent. We can get certain caliber of player. So it does make it a little easier for us. But I try to give insight and nuances to all of it. Whether you coach JUCO, whether you coach NAI, Division 3, 2, or 1, obviously there's a certain level of ability and talent at every level, right? How you scout it is gauged on really recognizing weaknesses and tendencies. Shout out to my boy Coach Hodge at Oak Ridge. I mean, he's an incredible mind when it comes to analyzing teams and what they do and what they don't like to do and things like that. And I think he's pretty spot on and incredible for that. One thing he definitely is very nuanced in, he picks up on coaches' tendencies. He noticed that Coach French at Whitney would always have a sub ready for his free throws so he can get his press set. The fact that he was able to pick up on that, I thought was pretty cool. The coaches at Folsom, I know a couple of those guys, they research teams very well. They'll figure out your inbounds plays, things like that. They've done it to me when I was coaching at Whitney. So, you know, everybody, I think, and this is just my advice to coaches out there, everybody should scout. Everybody should check out a little bit of what a team's tendency does. Like I said, the things I look for is their defensive schemes and who are the weaker than stronger defenders and what type of defenders they are. Like I said, you got guys who shoot the lane. You got guys who are great on-ball containing guys. You have shot blockers, rim protectors, shot blockers, same difference. Like you understand kind of what their strong suits defensively. Offensively, I'm looking at their sets, but not only their sets, their concepts. That's the biggest thing. The concepts are basically instinctual things that they do right off the fly. For instance, Vance Walburn with his dribble drive, he's going to pass and automatically drive, pass, drive. He's either getting to the rack or the slot position, right? But then you look at some colleges like ASU, where they run basically a flow style offense where everything is pass, cut, X cut, flowing off. You run Gonzaga, they run that 5 out where they have Chet or whoever their quote unquote post guy is. He comes out, gets the ball, initiates their 5 out. It's all about spacing, cutting, hammer screens, and backdoors. So as a coach, and especially AAU coach, it's really hard to scout because you only might watch a team play once and then you see that same team, they have completely different personnel next week. What I recommend for the scouting wise, look who's the shooters, identify who the ball handlers are, and adjust your team accordingly. Will it always work? Absolutely not. But I would say you give yourself a stronger percentage and chance. But everybody's different. Everyone has their nuances. That's just kind of the things I like to see and like to do. And if you hearing this and you like to hear this advice, then I appreciate you and thanks for checking it out. But with that being said, we're coming to a close. Thank you for checking out my Coach's Rize Time. I appreciate you. If, again, you feel so inclined, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, watch my YouTube channel. I got some great content for you. Got One Small Club showing a docuseries of this path. I got Trainers Hoop, which is like and1 style, showing old guys out there getting in hoop. And then please feel free to check Bout That Life podcast. Thank you for taking the time, a couple of minutes to check out and hear what I got to say. If it gave you any value, coaches, if it gave you any value, parents, if it gave you any value, kids, certainly appreciate it, and I'm glad I can do it, man. Everybody be safe out there. Obviously, COVID's still a thing, so protect yourself out there. But other than that, prayers for Ukraine, right? Definitely hope they get through this tough time. Prayers to the refugees. And everybody stay home, man. Take care of your families and be safe. And know that you are special and you are amazing.